Okay, this is a debate between Walter Block, the libertarian, versus Ben Burgess, whatever Ben Burgess is. And I'm going to say this right off the bat. Uh, Libertarians are selfish people who would love to be parasites, but they can't. they want to they want the government to subsidize their lifestyles while denying it for everybody else. That's it in a nutshell. And to show you just how crazy these guys are, I'm going to show Walter Block's opinions on abortion, right?
I'm not either pro-life or pro-choice. I'm an evictionist, which is a different view than either pro-life or pro-choice. And I have criticized her on that, but I still support your assessment of her just exquisitely.
What is there between? You either take care of the baby or you kill it. There's no in between.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so it's not what we're going to talk about, but just out of curiosity, do you want to take just a minute to explain what that middle position is?
Okay, well, in libertarians are very divided on the issue of abortion. Ron Paul is totally pro-life. Murray Rothbard is pro.
Oh, by the way, Ron Paul, the politician, do you think he doesn't want anyone paying their taxes? Do you think he wants to give up his job as in the government so that he, to live some libertarian fantasy? No. He says he's a libertarian, but he enjoys what he does. He enjoys being paid by the government, and he wants people paying their taxes, including Walter Block.
Choice, and you can't get two more famous libertarians than Ron Paul and Murray Rothbard, and I think they're both wrong. The joke is if you get 10 libertarians, you ask a question, you'll get 25 answers.
Of course, because libertarians are only care about their own position. That's it. So of course they don't agree on anything. They only have one thing in common. They want to drain from the system. They want to take from it without putting their fair share back in.
Diverge on that. My view, I call it evictionism, is I start with the view that the fertilized egg is a human being, a very young human being, but a human being. But he is a trespasser. And take the case of rape. A woman is walking down the street. She gets grabbed.
See this sleight of hand? Why he uses rape? Rape is very, very rare. And pregnancy by rape is very rare. The woman has to forget not to be on contraception, and that one shot must do it. And rape is very rare anyway. So, and the reason why he uses it, because he'll avoid what the vast majority is, where it's the woman bungles up her contraception, or she purposely gets pregnant. And so he wants to give these women an out. He's just like, libertarians are just like whatever Burgess is. They're all about taking responsibility off the woman's hands. If the child is just an own object for the woman to toss if she wants.
She gets impregnated, and now there's this person growing inside of her. That person is a trespasser, and she has the right to evict, but not to kill.
Now, how would you not kill a baby if you evict them? Is this baby going to get a job and rent an apartment? Who's going to look after this baby? He's just going to leave it out somewhere to starve to death? That's killing as far as I can see. And like I say, if you want someone to look after, well, this guy doesn't want to pay taxes, right? So the government's not going to do it. But God.
You don't kill innocent trespassers. You just evict them. Now, in the first 6 months or the first.
Oh, by the way, in order for this baby to be in the womb, one of her eggs has to be inseminated. Is her egg a trespasser? Is her ovaries and her eggs trespassers to her body? Like, is one of her fingers a trespasser to her hand? How does this work? Hey, is the grass on your lawn, is it trespassing on your property? Like, this is nonsensical excuse making for this guy.
First 2 trimesters, it doesn't matter. If you evict with modern technology, the person will die. But in the 3rd trimester, the baby is viable outside of the womb, and therefore you're only allowed to evict but not kill. Whereas the pro-choice people say you have a right to evict and kill, whereas the pro-life people say you have no right to evict or.
Yeah, like I said, this guy's an idiot. You can't evict a baby, an infant. And then what? Who's looking after it so that it doesn't die? That's why you either kill the baby or you look after it. There is no third option. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. There were a bunch of American Tea Partiers a few years back that came up to my country of Canada to get affordable medicine. Not cheap medicine, affordable. And as far as I'm concerned, they did the right thing. You only have one life and you got to look after yourself. But nonetheless, it was on the news and the newscaster asked, he said, look, don't you find this hypocritical? And they just said no. Because that's all it is. They just want they're complete hypocrites. Like I said, they want the government to subsidize their lifestyles. In this case, they wanted the Canadian government to subsidize their lifestyle because the American government wasn't going to. But for everybody else, they should just die. So all libertarians are hypocritical, nasty, selfish people. You've got to get to the meat of the motivations. The motivations are everything. And once you get to the motivations, there's no point in having a long-winded debate. Ben Burgess has what, almost 50 minutes of debating this guy? There's nothing to debate. These people are just self-centered hypocrites. They want the government to look after them. They want to take out of the government without putting back in. And you know something, Walter Block? I am so glad that you lose in the end. I'm so glad your government annually comes by and forces you to pay your fair share. It looks so good on you. And you know something? Your lifestyle is still good. You're just a resentful man. You're resentful that you're not in charge. That's all a libertarian is. Resentful, low status men who hate their position. They live great lives, but they still hate where they're at in the pecking order. Now, I'll end with saying, Burgess was smart enough to say, well, people still want to listen to these lunatics rant so he can grow his channel. So I guess he's got it on. But to me, I wouldn't waste my time debating these guys. There's nothing to debate, as I said. You just call out their motivations. They're just nasty, narcissistic, uncaring, unempathetic people that are petty and are parasites. Or I should say, they would love to be parasites, but the government won't let them. Thank you, everybody.